An original Urban Cowgirl is not only the title of her brand new album, it is also the best way to describe this great lady who is a country music singer, songwriter, and actress from Victoria, Texas. Jessie Mapes, who called Gilley's home the country music shrine that was hailed as the world's largest honky-tonk, just played herself in the blockbuster movie of 1980, Urban Cowboy, starring John Travolta and Debra, who plays the part of Sissy, the real-life Betty Jones. Jessie Mapes was, and still is, a very close friend of Betty Jones. As we speak with Jessie, she tells us how the movie came to be made and her part in it. A very fascinating story. Now, 35 years after the release of Urban Cowboy, Jessie, who has been known to kick it up in the honky-tonk stage at Gilley's, the Palomino Club in North Hollywood, and the Rose Room in Nashville, among others, and belts out a few country heartbreak songs, is releasing her first CD, called An Original Urban Cowgirl, recorded at Sugar Hill Studios in Houston, Texas. This CD showcases her love and heartfelt emotion for real country music. So it is with great joy that I introduce you to the original Urban Cowgirl, Jessie Mapes. On this episode of Artists in the Spotlight, we have the great fortune of speaking with Jessie Mapes from Texas. What part of Texas are you in, Jessie?
Actually, I'm in Victoria now. I'm originally from Houston.
Oh, yeah, Houston, Texas. Yeah, I mentioned earlier that's where I was born. I wasn't raised there, so I don't know anything about Houston. My sister lives there, though. That's about the only connection I have left with Houston, Texas. So, Jessie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm just plain and simple country girl, into horses and golf, and love my grandkids, and love my kids, and love my country, so everything is good.
How many grandkids do you have?
We have 8.
8, wow. You got me beat by 3. I've got 5.
We have 5 boys and 3 girls.
Yeah. Oh, man, I tell you what, there's something special, aren't they?
Oh, we love them. Wouldn't trade for anything.
Yeah. I got 3 of them that they're outside of Tampa, and because I'm in Tampa. One of them is here for the summer vacation from school. So I'm very excited about that.
Well, that's good. That's good. We've got 4 in California and 4 in the Austin area.
So you're spread all over just as much as I am.
Yes.
Let's talk then a little bit about your music. You've been playing music and singing for a while, right?
I think I was singing before I was talking.
Yeah. What drew you to country music as opposed to a different genre?
I grew up with country music. Patsy Cline was my idol. I loved listening to Willie Nelson, Loretta Lynn, so I just ran around the house singing all of the old country. That was pretty much my genre.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of artists right now that are doing covers of some of those great country music legends. It's like a new generation is rediscovering, those legends of country music.
Yes, and they're doing a great job with it. My thing is a lot of the artists are playing to the younger generation and getting away from country and going more into the pop country. And what they don't realize is even the younger generation love the old music.
Right. Country music has really spread in terms of its mixture with other genres, like country rock and country pop. But that seems to be finding its own following. Don't you agree?
I do. Country music's always going to be around. You get new genres every day, but they don't seem to last. And so if you go back, country is where it started, and it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. So you're talking about also quarter horses.
Yes, we run quarter horses. We raise them and breed them for speed and then take them to the track and watch them go.
And where do you run them at? Do you run them like just in Texas, or do you take them out to other places?
We've run in Ruidoso, New Mexico. We've run in Louisiana, mostly in Texas.
So you have a ranch where you raise these horses, and you have a team of people that help you. I mean, I don't know that much about horse racing, so I'm just kind of like just going by what I've seen in the movies.
We do have a ranch. We have our own stallion. We have our own mares. We've got a trainer that we rely on heavily. My husband and I take care of the horses at the ranch, and then we send our 2-year-olds to the trainer for him to get ready to go to the track.
So I mean, it's hard work, but it's fun too.
It's very rewarding, especially, on my side, because as soon as the colts hit the ground, I'm out there, and there's nothing softer than a colt brand new nose sitting there giving you a kiss. So that's my relaxation.
Yeah. Let's talk about your music.
Okay.
Now, you have an EP that just came out.
Yes.
And there's 2 songs in that EP that we're going to be singing and sharing with everybody today. The first one is called An Empty Glass.
Yes.
So tell us about that song.
That's a great Gary Stewart tune. I mean, that's anybody that hears Gary Stewart, the first thing they think of is An Empty Glass. And it's my husband's favorite song. And I had heard it. I never had sang the song before, obviously, because it was done so well by him. And a friend of mine, Keith McCoy, and I were in the studio one day, and Keith told me, he says, you need to try this song. He said, a lady's never covered it and released it. And so I think you could kill it. And I said, okay, we'll give it a shot. And we put it on a recording. I didn't particularly care for the way it was done. So I went in and changed it up completely, made it my own. So yeah, we're real happy with it, and it seems to be getting a lot of great feedback.
I mean, I've never, to be frank with you, I've never heard the song before until I heard you sing it, and I've been playing it on our show, and I'm in love with it.
Well, thank you.
I mean, it is a fantastic song. I just love it. I never get tired of listening to it. So let's go ahead and play it for everybody to hear then. How's that?
That sounds good to me. Thank you very much.
Oh, so here is Jessie Mapes with An Empty Glass.
Somehow I'll make it home, and I'll cry myself to sleep.
I really like that.
Yeah, or funny story, when Keith came in and told me that he wanted me to try this song, I didn't know the words. I hadn't sung it before. So we pulled it up on the laptop, and I sang it like Gary Stewart sang it, reading the words off the laptop. And I listened to it, and I'm like, I don't like that. And Keith says, well, make it your own. So I took it home. A week later, I went out and was sitting in with Keith's band. And he says, what do you want to do? I said, I want to do An Empty Glass. He looks at me. He said, are you sure? And I said, yeah, I'm sure. So we did it. He looked at me and he said, you killed it.
Well, that you did. That you did. I mean, oh man, like I told you, I like the feel of it. I like everything about it.
Thanks. That means a lot.
Yeah, it's just a very, I don't know, just a very beautiful song. Now, of course, you were on Urban Cowboy.
Yes.
The movie, and you played yourself.
I did.
So tell me a little bit about your relationship to the whole story that was shared there on Urban Cowboy.
Aaron Lathan with Esquire magazine was told to come down and do a story about Gilley's, the largest nightclub in the world. And he came in and he saw the friendship that were happening there. I mean, everybody there was like a family. And he spent the evening talking to everybody, and then he met Dew Westbrook and Betty Jones. And then he met the Bull, which the Bull was our play toy. That's where we hung out. That's where we met new friends. And so that was our spot. And he sat there and he talked to Betty and Dew that evening and found out that they had a love story. And because of the Bull, they were no longer together. He said, well, that's my story. So he wrote a story about Dew and Betty. I was lucky enough to be included because I was Betty's best friend, still am to this day. We were very, very good friends. And so that's where we were with that. It's a true story based on a friendship, and it's a love triangle.
Urban Cowboy. That's a very, very famous movie. I mean, America and the world really fell in love with it. So now, of course, who played the lead characters? I mean, I know, but I want you to tell me, because there's also a story about you teaching them how to ride the bull.
Yeah. John Travolta played Dew, or Bud, in the movie. Debra Winger was Betty's character, Sissy. I played myself. Betty and I used to have competitions on the bull to see who could outride each other. She'd try something, I'd try something. She'd try something, I'd try something. And then, of course, we were outriding all the guys because we spent so much time on it. So with all the stunts that Debra Winger did, Betty and I taught Debra